Hi, Gracie Judges. I want to congratulate you all on many successful years. In fact, a few years ago when I worked in Austin, Texas and anchored the news there, I had the honor of emceeing one of your Women in Media events, and it was so much fun. You know, as a news anchor, reporter, and health reporter, especially for more than 20 years, I never thought that I would become the story until 1 year ago to this day when my husband and I wanted to have a second baby through IVF. A simple blood test told me I couldn't have a baby. I had cancer, leukemia. I was rushed to Johns Hopkins in Baltimore and spent most of last year away from my 2.5-year-old son. It was the hardest year of my life. I lost my hair, but I never lost my will and ability to fight. I'm still fighting. And I didn't lose sight of wanting to be a journalist and continuing to be a journalist. So instead of hiding behind that diagnosis, I turned the cameras on and documented my day-to-day will and fight for my life with my iPhone because that's all I had. Here's a look. But the fourth thing I'm very thankful for is Dr. Safe. I get all that cleared, that I'll get to go home and see my son on Christmas Eve, and we'll get to have Christmas together. It'll be the best Christmas of my life. And I thought I was going to get through this without crying, but it will be an amazing Christmas. So the next big challenge so far after this is that blood test they drew on day 30.
Your message in your blog, that takes, you're used to being in front of a camera, but that takes a certain something else, right? To put yourself in such a vulnerable position, because look at you, you're looking beautiful, but without the hair going on right now, and you're putting yourself out there on camera.
I'll take the hat off for a minute.
You.
This is the look. The other day, my son, we're still unpacking. I hadn't seen my house. We moved here, I hadn't seen it in my house. Went straight to the hospital. We were unpacking boxes, and my son took a brush out and brushed his hair, and he said, Mama? And I looked at him, my heart sank, and I cried, and he tried to brush my head. Put the hat back on. I'm used to, I don't run around looking like that all the time, but it broke my heart because the other day I was supposed to wear a mask in public because I don't have the white blood count to protect myself from germs. He was horrified, so we bought him Disney masks. It's a rough transition.
I had migraines that were so bad. I was throwing up and had a bacterial infection that had 100 degrees plus fever. That was so bad that when they, it struck last week, late Wednesday night, and it was so bad they had to rush me to the ER and said they had a wheelchair waiting for me. And they had given me Tylenol. They couldn't control the fever. They didn't know how to get it to stop. And I said, I have no strength. You need to push me in my bed. I can't get up. And it was the worst feeling in the world to feel like I've never felt that I couldn't get out of bed. You know, the most important part that I've learned from here is stop rushing around. Enjoy life. Don't hold grudges. If you have an argument with someone, fix it. Figure it out. Apologize. Move on. Surround yourself with the positive energy you need. Take that vacation. The vacation thing is so important to me because I needed a vacation so bad being a single parent while Caesar was here, commuting back and forth, and it was very hard on me. And I always never took time for vacation. I never forced the issue.
You love me? He does. It's going to take him a while. It'll take him a while.
And then all of a sudden one day I passed his room and I hugged his mother and she's crying and she said, they've tried everything. They're sending him home. They don't think he's going to make it. He's going home by ambulance. He's going to be in hospice and they don't know how much longer he has. It's just not right. I don't understand it. I don't get it. My heart breaks. Every time I think about him, I went to sleep, couldn't stop thinking about him. And yet I get some good news that maybe they can't find the cancer in my stem cells anymore. And you feel guilty to celebrate because why is one person get this victory, small victory in the road, and the other person deals with this? And we both looked equally as healthy. It's hard. It is hard. They found blast in my blood, 4%. They don't know what it is, if it's leukemia. They don't know if it's immature cells. They don't know if it's a bad lab, that they need to redo it, like maybe there was a clerical error. So I've cried all morning. I wanted to, tomorrow was the day I was supposed to hold Gabriel and have him in my arms, and I was writing him an email telling him how much I missed him And I'm trying to stay strong. And Camper, I want you to know how much I love you, and I'm going to be home for you, and I'm going to be there for you. It's just been a rough morning. It's been a rough morning, and I know they're going to tell me it's clear, and I'm going to get through this.
So they just told me today you have to stay strong. We know it hurts. We know it's painful. We know you're not sleeping. But just stick it out as long as you can, because this is for the bigger picture, the greater good of wiping out my cancer completely. So much for my Christmas miracle. It was amazing to spend Christmas and see my husband and my son after 68 days apart. Wasn't it great to see Mommy? Yeah, you missed Mommy? I missed you too. Well, I have some great news to also report. Yesterday I got the results of my bone marrow biopsy, and I am 100% donor. Now 100% donor means that when they extracted the marrow out of my hip, the fluid that came out was 100% my sister, which is what we want. We don't want any signs of leukemia. We don't want any signs of my bone marrow. So we are so excited. Also my T cells, those